Alright, so you're going to want to start by making sure that you're taking notes Cornell style. That means name at the top, Mr. Hilkey comes next, period, not period, but period, date, questions, and then notes are going to go on this part. It's going to be titled equivalent fractions, okay? And then at the bottom you have a summary. I don't know if I spelled that right or wrong, correctly or incorrectly. You guys can enjoy that. Okay, I will give you some heads up of what to put in here, but for the most part you have to choose what's important to put in your notes. Okay, let's look at some fractions and then we'll talk about what it means to be an equivalent fraction. So let's start with the fraction. We'll start with the fraction 2/4. Okay? So here we're going to draw our big rectangle. Now I'll tell you what, this is something you're probably going to want to put in your notes. You can decide, but you're going to see. Now I want to make it into fourths. So that means I divided it into 4 equal pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want to make it 2/4. So that's going to be shaded over total. The total was 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the shaded I want it to be 2. So I got to shade in 2. And so now I've made 2/4. Okay? But I want to talk about equivalent fractions and watch what happens. I'm going to do this. And now what I did when I put those lines there was I divided each of the fourths, each piece, into 3 equal pieces. Okay? Well, what that did was that multiplied the total number of pieces by 3, because it used to be this 1, 2, 3, 4, but here there's 3. 1, 2, 3. Here there's 3. 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. Alright? So now we have a fraction where the total is 12. And the shaded is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is equal to 6. But they're the same fraction, because look, the rectangle didn't change. And the amount that's shaded in, the proportion that's shaded in, is the same. So in fact, 2/4 is equal to 6/12. Now what happened was I started with 2/4, 2/4. And the total, that's the 4, each one of the total, 1, 2, 3, 4, got broken up into 3 pieces. So it had to be multiplied by 3. So 4 times 3 equals 12. Now the shaded pieces, there were 2. 1, 2. Each one was broken up into 3 pieces as well. So it had to be multiplied by 3 as well. So we get 2 times 3 equals 6. So I'm going to try it with another one. We're going to find that a lot of fractions are, in fact, equivalent. Like, for instance, 1/2. Alright? That's equal to 4/8. Because what I can do is if I multiply 1 by 4, and then 2 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 times 4 equals 4, and 2 times 4 equals 8. So these are equal. And so maybe you've caught on. Maybe you've caught on that the way to make an equivalent fraction, alright, to make an equivalent fraction, you multiply the numerator, that's the top, and the denominator, that's the bottom, by the same number. So here we multiply the numerator by 4 and the denominator by 4. Here we multiply the numerator by 3 and the denominator by 3. Now, questions you're going to see. Oh, by the way, I think that this should be in your notes. This should be in your notes. And probably this as well. Okay? Now, by the way, the problems that you're going to see are going to look like this. 3/5 is equal to what over 10? We got to make these equivalent fractions. Now remember that you have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number for it to be an equivalent fraction. Okay? Now to get from 5 to 10, we had to multiply by 2. And that means that we also have to multiply the numerator by 2. And 3 times 2 equals 6. So what we have is that 3/5 is equal to 6/10. Here's one more. Let's do 1 over 3, and I want it to be equal to 6 over something. We don't know. Now if I want to multiply the numerator from 1 to 6, I had to multiply it by 6. 1 times 6 equals 6. That means that the denominator also has to be multiplied by 6. So 3 times 6 is equal to 18. That means that 1/3 is equal to 6/18. So here are your notes, and let's turn them over, and you're going to do 2 practice problems. Okay, so the first problem says that 2/5 is equal to what over 10? And you need to figure out what the numerator there is. And the second problem says that 3/4 is equal to 6 over what? You'll need to figure out what the denominator is. And in 5 seconds I'm going to show the answer. So pause the video, try the work, and then go and check your answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so there are the answers, alright? And I want you to check and see if the work that you did got you those answers.